I'm out of buttons. Back to 9. Control Shift. Save. Okay. Oh. I always know you're going to appreciate it. Oh, you don't have this one? I got it last year, late last year. Off, I think just off Amazon. Oh, I got to charge my phone. Hello, Artium Havoc! I'm so glad you're here. I have way too many chats to look at. Well, I'm more of a fan of everything after this album. Oh, really? High school played these. Ludacris! Yeah, dude! Oh, we might have actually played with them too. Because I have to talk to Jared and Feckless because I don't remember. That sounds real familiar. I mean, I might have just seen them. I remember that. That's crazy. You and I probably played with the same bands at some point. Do you ever play with Dogwood? Or Moral Issue? Hi, Northern. When did I mod you? Why are you a mod, Northern? welcome, Northern. You're my mod. I modded you at some point. We must have been testing something. We probably were testing. We were probably testing stuff for your channel, and I modded you. It's probably StreamerBot stuff. I'm trying to set up. Hold on. I'm trying to set up buttons in StreamerBot. So. Oh, cancel. I want to set up a button Vinyl cam. That's it. Edit. Alright, Control, Alt, Control, Shift, 9. Hotkeys. Add hotkey. 9. Alt, Control, Shift. Camera. Okay. Actions. Add action. Vinyl camera off. On. Hotkeys. Trigger. Core. Hotkeys. Hotkey press. Okay. Sub action. OBS. Sources. Sources. Yeah, sources. Let's do sources. Set. Source. Where is it? Source visibility state. Stream PC. Vinyl cam. No. Scene needs to be vinyl cam. We'll turn the group on and off. Toggle. Okay. Alright, let's see if that works. Oof. It works, but it's just a hard cut. Hey, Moko! How are you? Welcome to the hanging out. Alright, we have a hotkey. But it's ugly when it turns on and off. So let's solve that problem. Oh, this need to go up. Go here. Okay. So let's go to the scene. Vinyl cam. I think we're turning the group on and off. Show transition. Fade. Hide transition. Fade. All right. Let's test it now. Oh, I gotta go back. Computer. Now I can do it. Yeah, that's way better. Okay. Now we also need a. I don't know. We'll just leave that for now. That's fine. I need more buttons. Let's go here. Here. Beautiful. That's enough. I hope your health's getting better, Moko. I was serious about chatting with you when I messaged you. I don't want to put pressure on you because I'm the things I was going to suggest that you try would have been enough pressure in the beginning. And you gotta, for health stuff, like you gotta really, it's your decision, man. It's your life. You gotta take charge of your own health. No one can do it but you, you know. You're rebuilding your PC because you wanted to add an M.2 SSD. I've done that before. Where if I have to do any work in my computer, especially at this point, it's a huge undertaking because I have my computer mounted on straps to my desk, and it's a massive thing. Because I have to like lower the desk onto I usually use there's like a stool back here, and I'll lower the computer on there, and then I'll take the straps off, and then it's a whole thing, right? I gotta unplug everything, and I have every USB port. Every port on the back of my computer is occupied basically with some sort of USB hub or cable or device. So it's a lot to unplug, and I have to remember where it all goes back into. I have them all labeled with like numbers, but it's still pretty tight back there. I'm going to get a new graphics card. I'm trying to save up for one. And yeah, I have a 10-year-old power supply in my gaming computer. It's like an 800 watt power supply, but it's old. It's like 10 years old, and it's been used. It was actually a hand-me-down. Somebody gave it to me. Yeah, that's what we're listening to. I'm gonna have to flip the record in a second. It was a hand-me-down, and it's called "Bless the Martyr, Kiss the Child." Incredible album. Blew my mind when it came out. But yeah, anyway, so I think a new graphics card plus an old power supply is probably a bad idea. But I did buy a new power supply that I put in my stream computer. I think it's 750 watts. It's an EVGA power supply. And that'll work fine if I get a new graphics card. It's going to be probably 8 months before I get a new graphics card, because I can only save like $50 to $100 a month. And I want a 7900 XT. It's the card that Northern Rush got, actually, recently. This Timmit record player is good. I'll link it for you if you want to see it. Look, I gotta flip the record, and I'll link it. It's pretty affordable too, for the quality. Let me go to my orders. Oh, I don't care. Oh, I thought we were having an earthquake. That's actually funny. I'm always barefoot, except when I'm in the sauna or at the gym. I need a grounding pad here. That would help a lot. Timmit. Yeah, I did my research before I bought one. I used to have a it was a real expensive one. It was like the DJs use back when I was married, but I think her family ended up purchasing it. It was like a Christmas gift for us or something. And when we got divorced, we just kind of said, hey, anything that you bought or your family bought or I bought or my family bought, like, that's how we'll split things and make it super easy. We made our divorce real easy. Okay. There you go. That's the record player. There's a 5% coupon if you buy it now. It's the Timmit turntable. It does Bluetooth too. So this is actually, we're listening to it over the Bluetooth connection right now. I'm using I don't know if I can get this high enough. You can kind of see that down there. So this is a little Bluetooth adapter. And I synced up the record player to this. And then that's going into my soundboard. And then I have it sent to the what is it, Twitch soundtrack thing, where it won't actually get saved in the VOD or whatever. So, but yeah, we can listen to actual records. It's pretty dope. And I put a little camera over there because I thought that would be fun. You have a few cheapo suitcase ones. This one sounds fantastic. Right out of the box. It's a great record player. Yeah, this doesn't have speakers on it. You'd have to have a way to listen to it. Bluetooth works. It has RCA jacks, which I have going in my receiver. That's how I would normally listen to it. I guess the problem with this chat at the bottom is if somebody says like some ridiculous thing, it goes all the way across. That was a long sentence for Twitch, I guess. I wish it would automatically condense like the font size or something. So good. Yeah, Timot's good. Enjoy. Really enjoy it. I use this record player pretty regularly, although sometimes I go through seasons where I don't listen to music as much. Yeah, it's a small trade-off for not taking up way too much scene room. What do you mean? I don't know what scene room. Talk to me like I'm a boomer, because I'm slowly becoming a boomer. Oh, the horizontal chat. Okay. I thought you were talking about the record players for some reason. Where's my water? I really need my water, guys. It's not in here. Hold on. I found it. It'd be nice if it tried to condense like the font if things were too big. I need a place to set my water that's not necessarily my desk, but how's everybody doing though? You guys feeling okay? Mentally healthy? Surviving? Going to the gym? My new gym routine's insane. I love it. '11th wedding anniversary. I'd be right there with you. Wait. Sorry to hear that, or yay, party time. I'm not sure which one of them is appropriate for this situation. Whatever, which you choose your own adventure. She's in Cali. Wow, she's here. You should have come with her, and then you could have just come hang out with me. I'll drag you to the gym. That's what I do with tacos. I drag tacos to the gym. He comes over for a week, and I take him to the gym. She's representing all the VA hospitals, mental health departments at a big conference. That's cool. God, this album is so good. It's crazy. I'm gonna go turn the air conditioning on. We've had all this cat drama in the past few days or a few weeks. Well, I guess even like it's been like a month if you include the stuff I've been dealing with Luffy, or more than a month, years. But we keep trying to find food that he's not allergic to, but all the food has something in it that he's allergic to. No matter what food we try. We've tried so many foods and promises from different companies. They're like, this will probably work. And nothing works. He either gets worse. He always gets worse in some way. And it's either his skin or his digestion. The last food seemed to be helping his skin a little bit more. But then he started having like really bad bowel movements. It was getting bad. I was getting worried about him. And I had to go back to the previous food that was working, and I had to do it immediately because he couldn't sustain on the food he was on. So now he's better that way, but it made our other cat sick. Made our other cat constipated. So she was having problems yesterday. It's been kind of crazy around here with the cats. I'm just out of steam for dealing with the health issues with my animals. I've done everything I can to try and make my cat Luffy healthy. And like he just won't eat I tried raw food. He won't eat raw food. I tried cooked ground beef like with a mix. He won't eat that. He won't eat wet food like at all. He just doesn't like wet food. He just wants the junk food. And they all have too many ingredients. So it sucks. But at least he's alive. He's just struggling with his allergies. It's just gonna be kind of a forever thing, I think, for him. So it is what it is. But it's been a little bit stressful around here between the two cats getting sick. The other cat almost never gets sick, so it's really frustrating. Are you still working on that room, by the way? I don't know, Artie, if you're still here, just let me know. I'm curious if like you feel like you're done, like on the LAN party room, or are you still doing stuff? And how often are you going to do LAN party streams? It's done. All right. How long? How long did it take you? Because I didn't really pay attention to the timeline. God, this drummer's so good. Well, when did construction start? And then you finished. Okay. Mid-June was actual like construction on the room. You guys need to see this crazy setup Artie did. Like, go to his channel and follow him. And he created a LAN party room with retro gaming computers. And how many computers do you have set up? And how many players can you host? It's not like the largest LAN party in the world. It's like a friend's LAN party situation, but it's decent. All the cameras, all the microphones. Oh, it's called Quad LAN, so just 4. I saw more than 4 computers in there, and more than 4 people. Yeah, I was gonna say. There's only 4 gaming computers, but I definitely saw more computers than that in there. There's only 4 retro computers. So that's what you mean? Yes, 4 computer stations. Are you going to add anything else to the room? Like a TV or game consoles or anything? You can get 4 Xboxes and set up like an Xbox situation. And the Xboxes do a lot of emulation. Like good, pretty good. The original Xbox is pretty dang good at emulating. If you mod them up and you put like a newer hard drive in there, pretty good at emulating. Yeah, Artie's got this crazy retro gaming PC setup thing going on. They did update the Mister's AO46 core, and a lot more things run really well, which is nice. Pretty great DOS computer for not having a DOS computer. You know, there's one thing in my setup that I really need to finish and complete. This is part of like why I need a new graphics card. If I can get a new graphics card, I can take my current graphics card and put it in my stream computer, and then take my stream computer's graphic card and put that into a system for my Sinden light gun. Do you guys know about the Sinden light gun? Have you heard about this? The Sinden light gun? I really want a dedicated box for this setup, because there's a Batocera build for Sinden light gun that's pretty dope. I actually have it here. It's obviously a plastic gun, so I shouldn't get in trouble on Twitch. This is the Sinden light gun. It's a USB light gun that has a camera in it. You can see the camera there. And I don't know if I want to glue this back on or what, but it doesn't want to stay. The Sinden light gun's pretty dope. It lets you play light gun games with pretty high accuracy, similar to actual light guns in CRT. But it's a huge pain in the ass to get set up on like all the different emulators and all the different systems that you'd want to use light guns on. The best way to do it is to run Batocera. There's a Batocera build, and you just plug it in, it works. It's great. But for some reason it won't work on my gaming system. The Batocera build doesn't boot. I think I have too many hard drives or something. I'll check them in a second. It does run on my stream computer, but that kind of defeats the purpose of the light gun, because I might want to use my stream computer and play light gun games at the same time. So I really need like a small mini PC or a Batocera build. I have like a bunch of computers in the garage that would work. They just need a graphics card. So if I get a new graphics card, that'll let me put... I'll have to figure out like a case or something, or maybe just mount the motherboard to the wall for that. That might work. Because I don't need a third computer tower in my room. So I have a Raspberry Pi I tried, but it didn't work. I don't know why. Batocera would boot, but the light gun games were like buggy. Like I couldn't get it to register properly. It only worked on my stream computer with like the PC build. And then it didn't have all the games. The compatibility on the Raspberry Pi wasn't as good for some of the light gun games, like the arcade games. Okay, I see you. What's the best way to put this on? There's no nudes, right? I can just show these on stream. Let's go here, and then go here. There we go. And why do I don't have a camera? Let's go to the right. All right, so here we go. That is a lot of equipment in just this one picture. Guess we'll find out. Yeah, it's like someone standing on a a scale, and they're taking pictures of scale, and you can see their junk. Whoops. Reflection. You always gotta watch out for reflections. You literally just took this picture. That's my stream. Wait, is that a cat crate? What is this down here? What is that? Is that an animal crate or just some kind of stool? It's just a stool? Okay. All right. Do you have any animals? Oh, you have a dog. You said you have a dog. All right, so this must be the stream computer, or like, is this your main? What is this? Is this where you live? Like, this is where you do your stream and do all your normal stuff? So when you're not doing the quad gaming computer setup, your setup your life is at this. This is your computer. This is where you live. Okay. And the stream computer is there too. Okay. I think I see... That's my stream PC. It's the open frame to the right of that. The gaming machine is the giant mech on the left. Okay. Yeah. So you have like a Voltron case. So you have a gaming PC and a stream PC set up. Okay, good for you. Good for you. I see the little soundboard. And what's this monitor over here? By the CRT. Is it... Looks like something. That almost looks like a giant chat window. But there's a graph. It's a 4x3 monitor with a Raspberry Pi on the back for chat. Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay. Chatty has graphs. Oh, okay. Alright. I see that. Okay. Interesting. Okay. This looks like a standing desk. Good for you. Good for you. Me too. Finally. Just took years. So, what's this back here behind the soundboard? Is that the stream computer? That's the open bench. That's like a motherboard. It's hard to tell in this. I guess I could zoom it in. That's the stream PC. Open air bench thing. Okay. Okay. Alright. I see you. And then you got some sort of... one of those gaming controllers... keyboard things that's like you put your fingers in it, and if your fingers go down or up, there's like different buttons. I have something similar. It's not quite the same. Whoops. See? I'm pushing it. I have this, which I use for art when I'm doing like drawing, painting, digital art, and it's just keys for Photoshop. Well, it was Photoshop. I don't use Photoshop anymore, but yeah, it's like all the tools and stuff. So I don't have to use a keyboard. Let's see. Let's go back. I skipped through some here. My mistake. Okay. So we're not done with this one. This flight stick thing, I've definitely seen that before. I don't think I've owned one, but I think I know someone did. Now, what's this tiny little screen down here on the floor? Is that like a printer or something down there? And I see a network switch. Oh, up here. Okay, that's your UPS. Okay. And I see a crazy antenna router. This is a lot of EMFs, my dude. If you're working, standing next to this computer, I highly recommend you get a grounding mat. Do you have a multimeter? A multimeter? Let me put a new record on. No, there is fixing that. There's totally fixing that. And more does not mean better. More does not mean better. I mean, I have my router. My router is like right there. I mean, I understand. My router is like right against. It's on the wall back here. But I did turn. You're talking about the DVOM? Oh. You don't have a multimeter? You don't have one? They're helpful. A multimeter? I don't know how to say it right. Multimeter. Multimeter. I have my router back here, but I turned the output power of the antennas to the lowest possible volume. And I do sleep on a grounded sheet, and I sit on a grounded sheet most of the time. So that sheet back there, that like beige looking sheet, is a grounded sheet. I want a grounded mat for right here. That would be great, because then I could, when I'm over here standing at the computer, I'll be grounded. It makes a big difference. I'll show you. Nice, yeah. Oh, you made some improvements to your audio capture? Cool. Audio is arguably the most important thing you need to get right for streaming. And look at me not listening to my stream while I'm streaming. I'm breaking a cardinal rule right now. I just don't want to have headphones on. Alright, let's turn this into voltage mode. How did every camera get moved? All right. So, I need to plug this one into ground. How am I going to show you this? Oh, there's ground here. This should be ground, right? Yes. Yes. Oh. I'm using one of these monitor plugs that I'm sitting on my desk. Does it say negative? Is it actually ground? I don't know if that's actually ground. If I hold this here, you'll be able to see it. Maybe. Can we see it? Oh, nope, I already unplugged it. I'm going to use my toes to do this. I'm going to have to use my foot as a hand. Are we in? Okay. Voltage. Can we see that? There. It's very hard to keep my foot to press this thing into the ground. So I have the black lead in the ground of my wall, and I'm touching the other lead with my hand. It says 05.96 volts. I am running almost 6 volts. It just jumped up to 6 for a second there. My body voltage is at 6 volts right now. I could charge a phone with the voltage coming out and running through my body, just standing here in front of my computer, next to the Wi-Fi, all of that stuff. 6 volts. You guys saw it, right? 6 volts. 6 volts. That's crazy. I could literally charge a cell phone with the voltage in my body right now. Now I'm going to use the camera, the vinyl camera over there. to show you what happens when I touch a grounded sheet. We'll just make this big. Did you see how much voltage dropped? I was only 3 volts standing over there. Oh, now I gotta go fix the camera. I was only three volts further away from the computer on that side of the room, so the charge in my body dropped when I moved away from the computers on that side of the room. But did you see when I touched the grounding sheet, it dropped to less than a volt. My body voltage went to 0.002 something. That's what a grounding sheet will do. It's crazy. As soon as you're grounded, like the scientific studies show that your body, your blood viscosity gets better, like improves. So like your blood stops clumping together, it spreads apart, and your heart has an easier time pumping the blood throughout your body, which is, if you have blood pressure issues, grounding sheet 100%. My resting heart rate, it went from like 69 to 64 since I got one of those in just a couple of months. My resting heart rate keeps coming down. My sleep is crazy. Like, I sleep so much better sleeping on that thing. Your body voltage drops so much. It's insane. Highly recommend everybody get grounded. Ground yourself. Ground yourself. Get grounded. Did you see that, Ober? Don't make me do it again. But yeah, I want to be grounded over here because this is like a lot of electronics surrounding me now. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 monitors. It's insane. Hello, Oprah. All right, let's go through the rest of these pictures. Yep, there's that. Now I'm seeing things better. That you've only got like 2 things plugged into this network switch. Oh, you've got 2 switches here. So maybe this top one is something else. Because there's like 6 computers, 6 cables coming out of this bottom one. These pink. Oh, can't see. You guys can't see. What am I doing? Yeah, well, yeah. You could just get a rod, stick it in the ground. That's exactly right. One is the RetroLAN, one is your home network. That is like, how many ports are in that? I'm still using the same network gear in my home that I've been using since like 2015 probably. I have a D-Link switch that tells you how old it is. I have a D-Link switch back there. It's a gigabit switch. The router's newer, that's for sure. But this router's not actually doing any routing. I have the DHCP turned off, and it's just a Wi-Fi attachment, and our router / gateway is from for our fiber is what's running the DHCP, and then I have another D-Link switch in the closet where their gateway is. So that hooks up to all the rooms that have the internet in them, which is really only like two or three. Actually, probably three, because the 2 TVs downstairs, although they're not hooked up wired anymore. So 2 really. And then I think my room's the only one that really is wired. So I have a couple more switches in the garage, but they're not gigabit. I have like a 16 port, like 100 megabit one, and I think I got it from a company. They were just getting rid of it, so I took it. But did you guys see my body voltage drop? It was crazy. I'm telling you. All right, so this CRT. All right, I'm starting to see it. You've got 2 computers over here, though. This looks like a retro computer, and this one doesn't. Is this red computer retro? Or maybe that's for this setup. It must be. Yeah, it's just like a newer case. You have a couple 24. They're both Windows 98. I like this shelf you've got going on up here with all your stuff on it. That's pretty dope. Oh, those 2 PCs have their own monitors. So what's this computer down here? What's this business? Two computers on a Switch. Why? He has a KVM. He's way ahead of you, Ober. Pentium 3 with a Rage 128 Pro and an AMD K62 with a Voodoo 2. Ah, I see. But do you have dual PCs set up for every single station? Holy crap, dude. There will be. Oh my god. So you're going to have a Voodoo 2. Why not get a Rage? The Rage card should work with everything, right? What does the Rage not work with? I think you can buy new Rage 3D cards too. The ATI. Have you seen there's a company that sells new old computers? All the stations will have Windows XP machines. I mean, I remember. It's just been such a long time since I've actually dealt with the differences. But won't the Rage won't run everything? I thought the Rage, like if you got a Rage 3D, you could pretty much run everything from Windows XP days. Oh, but it won't run them on the Voodoo Glide. Okay. There are some Voodoo only games too, so that makes sense. So you're really trying to cover all your bases. That's hilarious. And Windows XP. I mean, at some point, wouldn't it be... For Windows XP, you could just get a modern system. Like a modern mini computer with an iGPU. Like some Core i3 or i5. Right? You don't really need a full-on... Pentium 3, dude, that's overkill. What were you like? That's like the uber rich processor back in the day. I was lucky to still have a 486 when the Pentium 3 came out. Are you using any modern cooling solutions? Like, cause the Pentiums have those giant, like weird vent duct type heat sinks. I have a bunch of old systems that would easily do Windows XP. I have a bunch of like dual core AMD systems from the mid 2010s, 2015, or before 2015, like 2010, 2012, 2013, 2014, somewhere in there. When they were all really cheap, the AMD 64 processors. It's about the motherboards. Oh, because you need an AGP slot? Yeah, that makes sense. And probably serial adapters. Yeah, and obviously PCI. You still need ISA? Can't you adapt? Yeah, okay. You want all three generations. I get it. But for Windows XP, you don't need all this stuff. Just a serial port would be enough. And you could just get USB to serial, right? You could actually get away with more on the XP systems. Yeah. It's crazy, dude. I mean, I get it. I'm like that with consoles. Like I have all the old consoles. So Super Nintendo, I have a Super Famicom in the closet. I've got a Super NES Junior out here that's modded with RGB and all that stuff. I get it. I've got a regular Super Nintendo 2-chip in the closet. There's like 4 PlayStation 1s in the closet. Yeah, the Windows XP won't be nearly as hard. I mean, Windows XP is still basically runs anyway. Well, you got on modern stuff for the most part. Right. The 98 machines got to pull a little bit of double duty. But that's how we did things back in the day. Yeah. Well, you could create an underclocking profile and kind of get it to go to DOS era, even though it would be kind of a pain to switch profiles. With some processors, you could get away with that for Windows 98. But you would lose the AGP slot. So, there's no point. No, not with Pentium 2. I meant with like a single core Intel or like a non multi-core AMD chip. Something from like 2012 maybe. 2013. Yeah, you're just building authentic, like, period accurate systems. Makes sense to me, man. I get it. I'm happy with the Mister for DOS and stuff like that. I'm not. I don't think that I need to go like build an actual. Maybe someday. I would need to have room for a CRT to care that much, but I just don't. Like I don't have any room in here for anything. So what's this wall of CDs? Is this all games? Like I can see game boxes up here, but see Mech Warrior. Oh, okay, yeah. I do have a lot of old games still, dude. I could pull them out someday and show you if you want. I keep all my boxes, and I have a lot of games, but I don't have all my games from back in like Windows 95 DOS days. I have some of them. Like I have the Quake demo disc. Unfortunately, the paper like box thing came apart at some point. Is that out here? No, it's probably in the garage. You know, remember the Quake demo disc where you could crack it and get like all the Dooms and Quake and everything. That was a great crack. I got a lot, dude. At one point, my parents came home with like a. It was like a giant bubble plastic thing with a bunch of CDs like layered like on top of each other, like a CD and then another CD and then another CD. It had like 12 CDs in it or some CD-ROMs in it, and they were all like I remember one of them was Wolfenstein. It wasn't Wolfenstein 3D. Actually, one of them probably was Wolfenstein 3D, but it was the prequel Tower. What was it called? Shoot. It's like the only one I actually beat when I was a kid too. I can't remember. But anyway, came with a whole bunch of games, and I played through most of them. I think Flashback was in there, and Spaceship Warlock, Jazz Jackrabbit maybe. Although I don't know if that was in there. There's some island game that wasn't. That was bad. There was a lot of bad games in that bundle. Yeah, Spear of Destiny. Yeah. Spear of Destiny. Yeah, I knew you'd figure it out. Yeah. That was the first. That was the first actual Wolfenstein game that I completed, like all the way through. I don't think I ever actually completed Wolfenstein 3D. But that was cool, man. My parents came up with this giant thing like CD games. I was so happy. Alright, let's go to the next photo. Holy crap! Dude, I wish I had this much room for displaying all my boxes and stuff. That would be awesome. You've got this little CRT hanging out in there too. With I see a game console. There's an NES and possibly something on top of it. Is that an Atari? Okay, it is an Atari. Yeah, it does look like an Atari. It's hard to tell in this picture though. Is this a NAS? This is a NAS. That looks like a NAS. It's like a 4-drive NAS. Nice. That's a lot of game boxes, dude. What kind of furniture is this? Like, how did you find these? Because I had a hard time finding anything like this. All right, I gotta go make dinner. So. I see your consoles and your game, your TV setup and stuff like that. I'll look at the rest of these like closer when I get a chance later. Dang, that room is big though. Good job, by the way. That was a pretty huge undertaking doing all that. Oh, those are not too bad. The list price for these bookshelves is awful though, $324. That's that's too pricey. Considering the IKEA shelves are pretty good and they're like 70, 60 bucks or something for the small one. I think they were like 80 to 100 for the bigger ones. Oh, they used to be 120. Yeah, I mean, it seems like they fit a decent amount. My problem is that I don't have a spot even to put anything, so my boxes are all just in the garage piled up or in bins. That's stupid. Yeah, they do seem like they fit games really well, which is cool. I had to go with this for my console collection because those were in the garage originally, but we had a small flood, and the flood was upstairs. It was in the laundry room, and the water was dripping through the ceiling, and dripping through the ceiling of the garage, and it went right into my bin where I was storing all of those games. And it just filled up with water, and my dad saw that it was happening and just allowed it. He just was like, well, at least it's going into this bin. And I'm like, no, this is my bin of like games, game boxes and stuff. So I dumped it out, and I took it out back and like opened every box I possibly could and just put rocks on everything and let it air dry for a couple of days. I lost like one pamphlet or something that blew away in the wind. And I saved the majority of it. All the Wii games and the Wii U games, like none of the water got inside, which was good. The PlayStation ones got hit the worst. The PS3 games, they got hit the way worse. And my retro game stuff wasn't in there, thankfully. It was just the game cases. All the actual games weren't inside of anything. They were in like a binder. I just had a binder instead of storing the games in the boxes. The boxes were just in the garage for storage. And then after that happened, I'm like, I'm gonna put everything back in the box, and I'm putting them on my wall. And I bought these like wall mount shelves instead. Yeah, that's true. I mean, the flood was just an accident, but like he just like let it all go into my game collection, my boxes, and I had to I bought a really nice printer so I could print art and stuff, and one of the first things I did with it was reprinted some of the really bad manuals. So they're reprints, like a few of them, the ones that got really damaged, and I couldn't find like the actual cover or whatever, cover art for some of them, so I had to use like remade one. People remade. There's a website called the Cover Art Project, I think that's what it's called, where you can find printable reprints of this stuff. And yeah, it's kind of a pain to set up. There's also a program though that makes it really easy. I have it on my stream computer actually. I think it's called Undercover 10. Yeah, I'm done. I gotta go cook dinner anyway. So thanks for hanging out and chatting. And I'll see you guys when I stream again. Yeah, for sure. I appreciate you. Otherwise, I would put another record on. But I gotta go make dinner. Short stream. I just wanted to say hello to whoever was around. So thanks for hanging out, guys. Take care of yourself. Eat right. Go to the gym. I'll see you guys when I stream again.